Hello students, my name is Vibha Sharma, and in the last turn we discussed about the tissues, the types of tissues and what is it, the main types of meristematic tissues and all. Today we discuss about the permanent tissue. Permanent tissue. These tissue basically are composed of those cells which lost their capability to divide. Means they are now in permanent position. Basically, they are made up of by the meristematic tissues, by the division and the cells of the meristematic tissues. These tissues are formed, and these are composed of the cells which cannot divide. That's why the cells name is known as the permanent tissues. Means cells cannot divide. Now the question arises that what happens to those cells, and they suddenly lost their capacity to divide, and they comes in the position of the permanent, so they can't divide. The thing happens that is basically the cell completely uh, regulates its division by the cell cycle, and this cell cycle consists of phases, that is G1, S, G2 and M phase. These are basically, and the first phase, that is the G1 phase or the gap 1 phase, this is S phase, this is G2 phase, and this is M phase. Now cells continuously divided by the using the cell cycle, but sometimes after the division some cells comes in the extra quiescent state, means the inactive state, that is the G0 phase, which comes after the between the G1 or after the G1 basically, and that in the G0 phase the cells cannot divide, so the cells of the permanent tissues completely comes in the G0 stage. That's why the cells cannot divide. These tissues, these permanent tissues, they may be dead or living, and the division and the differentiation of the cells of meristematic tissues give rise to, suppose these are the meristematic tissues, and by the continuous divisions in these meristematic tissues, permanent tissue are formed. Means in this continuously division as well as differentiation of cells occur, which results in the formation of permanent tissue. Now, in cell differentiation, developing tissues, these are the developing tissues and organs change from the simple to the more complex form. That's why the simple tissue are kind of the simple kind of tissues, while the permanent tissues are the complex forms and they become specialized for the specific functions, and these are the complex. Basically, what are the different types of the permanent tissues? Next is the types. I already told you that simple and complex type of permanent tissues are found, and first we discussed that is the simple permanent tissue. And in the simple permanent tissue, in which these are composed of only single type of cell, that's why we can say that these are simple permanent tissue, which are, and all the cells are similar in structure and as well as in function, and it includes two types of tissues, that is the protective tissues and supporting tissues. First is the protective tissue. In simple permanent tissue, it includes first, that is the protective tissue. Basically, these are the in function of the protection of the plant, and these protective tissue consist of a first, that is the epidermis. Epidermis, which is the one cell thick outermost layer of various body organs of plants such as leaves, flowers, stems as well as roots. So it is a outermost layer, outermost single cell, outermost single cell, because the epidermis, it should be multi-layered and should be in multi-layered form. That's why I use the word that it is in a single layer of leaves, flowers, stem, and root. And epidermis, suppose it is a single layer in this, like it is a single layer, and above the epidermis a layer which is called as the cuticle, this yellow colored. This is the cuticle which is present above the epidermis, and this cuticle is a waterproof layer. Why they are waterproof? Because it is made up of a waxy substance called as cutin, which is secreted by these epidermal cells. These epidermal cells secrete a substance that is cutin, and this cutin is responsible for the formation of this cuticle. So cuticle, and the thing very important, one thing, that is cuticle is very thick in the xerophytes. Xerophytes are those plants which live in the desert. So it is adaptation to those plants to conserve the water in the leaves. So the cuticle, waterproof layer, as well as thick in xerophytes. In hydrophytes it is completely thick in xerophytes, while in and cells of epidermis. This is the epidermis. The cells of epidermis of leaves are not continuous because they at some places due to the presence of these small pores called as stomata, and these stomata are guarded by the, and the cells of epidermis are not continuous, they are interrupted by the stomata, by the presence of stomata, and these stomata, presence of stomata, interrupt the continuous structure of leaf. Next point, that is the epider these are the only epidermal cell which possess the chloroplast. Means stomata, this is the structure of, these are the guard cells, the kidney shaped cells which are present, that is the guard cells, uh, and it is the stoma, these are the guard cells, and guard cells are the only structure which is stoma. Guard cells are the only structure which possess the chloroplast. That's why these are the only epidermal cells which possess the chloroplast, which is green in color. Function function is, first, the main function of epidermis is to protect the plant from protection, protect the plant from desiccation and infection. So this is the primost function of the epidermis. Second is the cuticle of epidermis. Presence of cuticle decrease the rate of transpiration. It decrease the rate of transpiration, so the water is conserved in the plant. Third function, that is stomata in epidermis, allow the gases exchange. The presence of stomata allows gases exchange, as well as stomata help in transpiration also. These are the functions of the, second is the, that is cork or phallum. A means in simple permanent tissue, epidermis, and cork. These are the protective tissues. Cork, and in other words we can say it phallum. In older roots, and it is present in old roots and stems. Cork, the cells of the cork are made up of dead cells which have the thick walls and do not have any intercellular spaces. So made up of dead cells. Cork is made up of dead cells. No intercellular spaces. Next point, cork. The cell walls in the cork deposit the waxy substance called as suberin, and due to this deposition it becomes thick and thick and thick in structure, and the cells of the cork is impermeable to water and gases due to deposition of the suberin. Deposition of suberin leads to impermeability to water. These are the excretory waste substances of the plant which deposit on the cell walls and makes the cell wall impermeable to water. The cork cells are without any protoplast but are filled with the resin and tannins. So basically this is all about the cork, and the functions of cork or phellem is, first is the cork is protective in function but natural, it comes in the protective tissue, so the main function is the protection, and it prevent the cork cells prevent from desiccation, infection and mechanical engineering. From desiccation, mechanical injury and infection. Second function, that is it is tough as well as it is light, and compressibility and elasticity make the cork commercially valuable. So it is the commercial valuable part of plant. It is used as it is used for insulation purpose, used as insulating agent as well as insulation, as shock absorber. It is also used in making the variety of sport goods. Used in making of sport goods like table tennis, shuttlecocks and etc. So let's repeat once again what are the what about the protective tissue and what is the permanent tissue. Permanent tissues are those tissues which cannot divide, and which cannot divide, they are they comes in the category in which the cells lost their capacity to divide but natural. The meristematic cells of the meristematic tissues are simple kind, and the division and differentiation which occurs in the meristematic tissues leads to the formation of the permanent tissues. And why the cells comes in the permanent form? Because the cell continuously comes in the stage of the G0, which is the metabolically inactive stage. And what are the different types of the simple permanent tissues? That is the protective tissues and supporting tissues, which we discuss later. In protective tissues, the main function of the protective tissue, as the name indicates, is the protection, and the first tissue which comes in this category is the epidermis, which is the outermost single layer of the plant, which is present in the various parts of the plant such as leaves, flowers, stems, roots, etc. And above the epidermis there is a covering of the waxy substances, covering of the waxy layer, which is the cuticle, which is the waterproof layer, and it is very thick in the xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants means the desert plants. So which what why they are present is thick in the xerophytes? Because to conserve the water in the in in large amount. So, and the cells of the epidermis are not in the continuous fashion, because the presence of the stomata interrupt the continuous structure of epidermis, and these stomata are the minute structure which is present, which is responsible for the gases exchange and for the transpiration purpose. And this stoma is covered with the guard cells, and these guard cells have the these are the only epidermal cells which is responsible for the epidermal cells, sorry, and these guard cells or the epidermis cells are the only epidermal cells which possess the chloroplast. And what about the function of the tissues? First, that is the protection, primost function of the epidermis. Next is the cuticle. Because of the presence of cuticle, the transpiration rate, the transpiration is what? The loss of water vapors, loss of water in the form of water vapors from the aerial part of the plant. And this transpiration is responsible for the absorption of water from the soil, from the root, by the roots. So transpiration is an evil process, but it is a good evil. Next is the stomata, which allows the gases exchange, and the stomata also helps in the transpiration. Next is the cork or phallum, which is present in the old roots and stem, and they are made up of dead cells, and they have no intercellular spaces, why, and etc. They have the deposition of suberin. These are the excretory waste substances. So they get deposit on the cell wall of the plants and makes the cell wall impermeable to water and gases. What are the functions? Cork cell, first of all, it is protective. So main function is the protection from the desiccation, from the infection, from the mechanical injury, as well as it is used as a shock absorber, insulating agent, and it is helpful in making of the sport goods also, like shuttlecocks, cricket balls, table tennis, wooden paddles, etc. And they are commercially valuable part of the plant, which is used as insulating agent or insulation. Thank you. In the next session, we discuss about the supporting tissues, and which is the next protective tissue. After the protective tissue, the next tissue of the simple permanent tissue is the supporting tissue, in which the parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma tissues are involved. That's all for today. Thank you.